for being here.
The French and British were at war over the Ohio River Valley because the British wanted to spread their colony and own more land. The French thought that the Ohio River Valley was already theirs and they wanted it for fur trapping. The French wanted the land because of the furs and good soil. The colonists wanted the land because they wanted to expand colonies. Great Britain helped the colonists win the war.
In 1763, the Indians attacked British forts. This was called Pontiac's Rebellion. The Indians got mad because that was originally their land. The Indians started attacking the colonists' forts. The king did not want another conflict to deal with.
Because the king did not want to pay for another war, he made the Proclamation of 1763. It stated that the colonists couldn't go to the Ohio River Valley. This upset the colonists because they fought hard for the land they gained in the French and Indian War. They didn't think it was fair that they couldn't move onto the land they won fair and square.
This is where the tension between the colonists and the Great Britain started.
These colonies need the same money that they are for the world. I'm going to tax all the citizens.
This was called the Sugar Act.
What is this? Tax on sugar, King George why? No taxation without representation.
A group of patriotic men named the Sons of Liberty started boycotting sugar to show how much they disapproved of the tax.
Eventually, the Sugar Act was repealed or taken away because so many colonists were upset about it.
Since I can no longer tax the colonists on sugar, I will take away all paper money and make them use their own money as city. This will be called the Currency Act.
The Currency Act outlawed colonists from printing paper money.
These British people are doing too many things without even letting us have a say.
No taxation without representation.
The king decided that all printed goods that the colonists bought would have to have a special stamp that showed that they had paid a tax for it. This was called the Stamp Act.
I'm going to tell all the Sons of Liberty to tar and feather the tax collectors.
The colonists rebelled so much against this act that it was repealed.
Since I had to repeal the Stamp Act, I am going to tax them on glass, paint, and lead. This township act will surely get these colonists back in their place.
Soon after, in 1766, Britain made the Declaratory Act, which declared they had full lawmaking control over the colonies. The colonists were getting more and more upset.
I feel the British are forgetting that we should have a say too. They are being extremely arrogant.
In 1770, colonists were upset about all of the taxes, so they decided to throw snowballs with rocks in them at the British soldiers.
We can't do anything about this. You better stop that, or else you're not going to like what I'm going to do to you. We will rebel against you until we get a say in your laws.
The colonists did not listen, and then the British soldiers sued and got off their weapons. As a result, the British soldiers fired at them.
Sadly, 5 of the colonists lost their lives. It was December 16, 1773.
Or these people won't just give up. Wait, I know what to do. I'll tax their favorite drink, tea.
Colonists were outraged at another tax on the colonies without their representation in Parliament.
We had enough of this.
Samuel Adams and the Sons of Liberty dressed up as Indians and snuck into a ship. They decided to throw the East India Tea Company's tea overboard as a way to show they didn't agree with the taxes put in place. Sam and the Sons of Liberty opened more than 300 crates or chests of tea and threw them overboard. This event was called the Boston Tea Party, but it definitely wasn't a party.
When the king found out, he was furious.
And told these colonists pay for their own tea and then blocked all routes to sail in or out of America.
The colonists called this the Intolerable Acts.
All of the colonists except Georgia met up and decided that an attack on one of the colonies would be an attack on them all. They wanted to sign a peace treaty with Great Britain. They sent a letter to the king stating their concerns and decided they would give it a year to see if there was improvement.
We will no longer tolerate the king acting this way and hope to see a change.
The colonists hoped for a peaceful resolution, but began to gather a group of men who were ready to fight Great Britain if needed. On April 18, 1775, the British were coming to take all weapons from the colonists. Paul Revere rode to warn the colonists.
The British are coming! The British are coming! The British are coming!
The British approached Lexington and Concord.
The British soldiers were met by the colonists.
No one knew who shot first, but the shot heard around the world was the beginning of the American Revolution.
War!
The Second Continental Congress eventually met to establish an army and decided to declare independence.
In the Second Continental Congress, all of the colonists and patriots decided that General George Washington would lead the army.
I will start writing the declarations of independence to say we have a freedom.
The rest, as they say, is history.